Hey everybody, today we're going to see actually how to build this cafe box, and you can see the foundation is this toolbox hard case right here, and of course a variety of other materials that we use along the way. I'll be sure to list out all of those in the Amazon links below, as well as anything that's indicated from your local hardware store, such as the sheet metal or otherwise, pretty simplistic items that you can gather locally. Then you want to make sure you've got, obviously, your plenty of tools, you've got your stitch remover, step bit for drilling some holes, liquid nails that you'll also see in the steps to keep things glued together. And then there's the optional 3D printer and software if you really want to put some finishing touches, but don't worry, there's simple alternatives. Here you can see you go ahead and take that thread ripper and take out all the interior of the toolbox here to get things a little bit clean and ready for the actual pegboard down the line. Here I've drawn out a template to make sure that everything's going to fit precisely. Just simple paper I grabbed from at home. And here I'm taking that template and put it over the top of this pegboard with a simple jigsaw to get the cutout exactly the size. Then you're going to take that exact same paper template, put it over top of the sheet metal that you have, and do the same thing with the jigsaw to get out another layer of support on the back lid of the toolbox. Here is where the liquid nails come into place. You're going back into that tool case, get a good coating, put down the metal sheet first, then put some weight on there, make sure that liquid nails is sticking well. Then you're going to place those adhesive hooks and screw them into the pegboard, almost a dry fit. So you can see here, I'm putting a little bit of a spacer behind it so you get enough space just behind that pegboard to attach any accessories or things that you'll see later on. Here's the end caps to those adhesive screws, and as you can see, we're kind of dry fitting everything on there. This way, when you put the pegboard onto the actual sheet metal, you know exactly that these are lined up perfectly. Here you can see that all four are in place, and we're ready to go ahead and try to adhere this. Now that you have this stickiness ready to go on those screws, you just drop it into place, put some good pressure on there, and by doing it in this way, you know that these adhesive screws are exactly where they need to be on that sheet metal. Now jumping back outside, we're going to go ahead and cut a simple wood shelf that we need to use on this project. It's just cut to size. As you can see here, just trim the ends to make sure that it fits nicely on top of the board. Here I'm going to mark down where I'm going to put a little bit of Velcro to make sure that this shelf doesn't slide all over the place. As you can see here, it's just screwed in. It's a very simple solution, but it works quite well and keeps everything in place. Here you just go ahead and wrap around the actual arm bracket, the hinge, and that keeps everything pretty stable. Moving on, we're going to continue to these side metal shelves, and we're going to keep those low profile with these simple gravity hang hooks. Again, the links will be down below. Going to go ahead and stamp some guideline holes in there to make sure that when we drill, and as you can see, I don't have a step bit, which was a bit of a struggle, so I do suggest a step bit to keep these clean. Then you just got machine screws, very low profile machine screws, to make sure that these actually slide into place. Here I'm measuring up and precisely marking where I want the actual other side of that bracket to hold. Make sure we're level on the dot. And then as you can see on the back here, that's where those machine screws are going to go. Go right in through the other side, drill a bit into the actual toolbox, and that's where that bracket is going to hold on strong. Here you can see the finished product, and it's a very simple gravity hold that these two just slip right on, and it's pretty seamless and stores away easily, and it's rather strong as well, so it worked out pretty well. Here you can see the actual 3D print that I talk about. Now, not to worry, if you don't have 3D printer access, you can just take some of that stretch cord and create your own, but I love plasticity, I love 3D printing, so I went ahead and made my own little holder here to keep my scale and all my other tools in line. But again, you could just use paracord, as you can see here, and stretch that around if you just want to hold your items that way. I like the seamlessness of this. It kept in pretty snug and it offers some protection. So it was a fun and unique way to keep a lot of your accessories and tools for your espresso just neatly organized on the lid. Of course, you can do anything you want up top there. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions at all. I like to respond to all those. Appreciate you watching and hope that actually helps.